used to be morbidly obese, and I tried so hard for years to lose the weight, but I kept failing. And it was because there were 3 things that I was doing, not even realizing that they were actually making it worse for me. And it's really important that I make this video because no one else talks about these. And when I finally stopped doing them, I was able to lose 130 pounds and keep it off for 9 years. So the first thing I stopped doing is I stopped putting myself down for my mistakes. I made so many mistakes. I struggled with weight my whole life, and I tried to lose it, and I just kept making mistakes and failing. And every time that I would make a mistake, I would get frustrated, angry at myself, I'd put myself down, and I would just say, forget this, and I would throw my diet and all my effort out the window. And I would do this time and time again. What I didn't realize, and I wish someone would have told me, and why I'm telling you now is, mistakes are completely normal on a weight loss journey. And actually, how do you succeed if you don't fail? What I didn't realize is that every mistake that I made was getting me closer to what actually would work. So don't throw your mistakes out the window. Don't get mad at them. Don't put yourself down for them. Every time that I made a mistake, I figured out what didn't work. Every time I found out what didn't work, it got me closer to what did. But I had to go through all the stuff that didn't first. Finally, after doing everything in the book, every fad diet, looking for magic pills, taking away food groups, restricting myself, taking away my favorite foods, I finally had only one thing left that I had never tried. And it was the thing that worked. But I had to go through all my mistakes first. And I finally figured out portion control. Eating what I liked, but portioning it out using the serving sizes on the backs of packages as a guide, so I could eat what I liked, but I was eating a little bit less so that I could be in a calorie deficit and lose the weight. And I never would have found that if I hadn't gone through all the mistakes. So if you're failing, don't get mad. Look at it a different way. Look at it like, okay, I just found out what doesn't work. So now let's go on the mission to find what does. You have to weed through all the stuff that doesn't work, and you'll get closer every time. So don't throw it out the window. Keep going. Don't give up. And if you want to know the exact portions and meals that I ate to lose the weight because I lost it with portion control, you can buy my weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link's down below, and code Nicole will save you 10% off. The second thing I stopped doing was making excuses. Here's the thing. Your brain is going to throw everything at you, every excuse to give you the opportunity to not change. Because for some reason, as humans, change is really scary. I was so used to failing that it was like I was constantly making excuses to not change. It was like I was so used to where I was at, I was scared to find something that actually did work. I was scared to change, and so I kept making excuses. The problem is I was blaming everything and everybody. I've told you in past videos, Kyle, my husband, he's lost the same amount of weight as me, like my sassy bunny. We used to sit in the Subway parking lot and watch people come out with half a sub and go, what is wrong with those people? Nobody can eat half a sub and be fine with it. It was because we couldn't eat a little less. That was triggering our emotional eating. We didn't know how to eat a little bit less. And so we would blame everything and everybody. The problem was we were both morbidly obese, and every day that we stayed at the weights we were at, we were putting our lives at risk. Excuses were not getting us results. Excuses were keeping us stuck and putting our lives at risk. We finally had to realize, if we don't stop making these excuses, we might not wake up one day. We gotta start finding what we can do instead of talking about what we can't do all the time. Okay, we weren't ready to eat half a sub, but we could eat a couple bites less. We were eating a bag of chips every night for a snack, a full family size bag each. We couldn't stop eating the chips, but we could eat a little bit less. I could barely walk at 275 pounds. I had plantar fasciitis so bad, it was incredibly painful to walk on both of my feet. I was hobbling around on one foot, but I could walk a little bit. And if I didn't start moving through that pain, if I didn't start doing breaks and just taking a couple steps at a time and walking and eating a little less, I might have ended up not being able to walk ever again. And I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor, I'm not saying that this will work for everyone, but when I lost the weight, my plantar fasciitis got better because it was my weight that was causing the problems. But I had to stop making excuses and start saying, okay, I can't do this, and this, but what can I do? Get rid of the excuses, look at what you can do. Just pick one thing, because if you do too many, it's gonna be overwhelming. Kyle and I picked a couple of things. We said, okay, we can't really walk a lot at our size. Physically, it's really hard to do a lot, but we could walk for 15 minutes. Every day we said, rain or shine, we're gonna get out there for 15 minutes. We had to take a lot of breaks. One or both of us had to stop every 2 to 5 minutes, but we did it. And as we did it every day, no excuses, we got out there. By the end of 3 months, combined with the portion control, we had lost our first 50 pounds each by walking for 15 minutes and portioning out our food. And we could walk the full 15 minutes without stopping because we got rid of the excuses and we found what we could do and we focused on that instead. Something else that really helped on our weight loss journey was protein at every meal, because it lowers your hunger hormone called ghrelin and it helps you feel fuller longer. And protein powder is something we use like every single day. This is the HTLT Steps protein powder. It's like our favorite. It's the best tasting. This is the maple cookie. I love using this in everything because it's so versatile. I put a scoop of this in plain fat-free Greek yogurt and it makes a really great low-cal, high-protein fruit dip. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below, my sweetie. Number 3, I stopped food shaming myself. I put myself down for everything that I ate. All I heard was from the weight loss and fitness industry was that you're supposed to eat like this perfect healthy diet in order to lose weight. I wasn't being honest with myself. Like, that's not how I operate. I like a mix of everything. I like treats. I do like healthy stuff. I like veg and fruit and lean protein, but I also like chips and cookies and ice cream. And I kept thinking that in order to lose weight, I needed to have this perfect diet that looked exactly like the weight loss and fitness industry said it should. But every time that I did that, I would restrict my calories. I'd take away all the food groups that I love, mainly treats and carbs like bread. I'm Italian. I love bread. It's like a part of me. I can't get rid of that, but I expected myself to do that. And so what it would do is I would feel guilty, it would trigger my emotional eating, and I would go in this never-ending cycle where I would, diet, restrict, all heck would break loose, and I'd go on this never-ending train and not understand why I was failing. So I had to stop feeling bad about what I was eating, and I had to realize a balanced diet is the best for me, one that includes some treats, one that includes bread and pasta and carbs and like all the things that I loved. I just had to portion it out so that I could eat a little bit less in a calorie deficit so I could lose the weight. What I also had to realize is people are never gonna stop food shaming. I get heck in the comments for showing things that I eat all the time, like diet pop and margarine and stuff. I always get heck for that, but what I realized is that's never gonna stop. There's always gonna be somebody food shaming you, food shaming somebody else, but you can stop doing it to yourself. You can stop food shaming yourself, look at what you like to eat, and then fit it or build it into your meal plan so that you can actually stick to what you're doing and get the results instead of trying to, everyone on social media, no one wants to be judged. So everybody puts their best foot forward, their best pictures, their best food. They try to show that they're this perfect picture. And in reality, none of us are perfect. None of us eat perfect, even if we say we do. None of us look perfect all the time. start being real with yourself. It's the only way you're gonna get anywhere, and it's the only way that Kyle and I got somewhere. Stop feeling bad for the foods that you like. Find a balance. Yeah, we eat, if you look at our full days of eating, we mostly eat fruit, veg, whole grains, lean protein. We take fish oil, like we eat pretty healthy. But also, you'll see, we eat margarine, we drink diet pop, we eat kids cereal, you know, we include treats, we eat ice cream, we have like cheat days, we build it all in, and we call it a cheat day, but it's a part of the plan. Everything is so that we can keep the weight off, and that's why we've been able to do it, because we made a plan that is realistic. It's not a picture perfect social media diet, it's a normal person, I'm on a budget, I shop at Walmart because I'm a regular person diet. That I like the food and I can eat it and do this for a long time. And these are the things nobody really talks about, but these are the deep nitty-gritty things that I had to stop doing, Kyle had to stop doing in order to actually get the weight off and keep it off. Stop feeling guilty about what you're eating. Stop making excuses and start finding things that you can do, and stop putting yourself down for mistakes. We're human. We all make mistakes. In order to succeed, you have to fail, because how do you succeed if you didn't fail first? You have to make mistakes so you can learn from them and find what actually works to help you succeed. So that's it. I hope that this helps anybody struggling. Basically, Kyle will tell me, like, when I'm anxious, make a relax. Just pick one thing that you can do and focus on that. Be consistent with it. Make it a non-negotiable. Focus on that. When you can be consistent with that thing, then you can start building on it. But excuses are never gonna get you results. So stop saying what you can't do and focus on what you can. And watch this vid and this vid for more fun, sustainable weight loss tips, because Sass and I really are real friends losing weight in the real world. And we give you the surface level, like the diet, all the tips and things that helped us, but we also give you the under the surface, nitty-gritty stuff like this vid that we had to look at and we had to let go and stop doing in order to get that weight off and keep it off. And we can do this for life because we've made it something sustainable. I love you. Thanks for watching, honey. Appreciate your support. Meow, meow. And then I drink the pineapple juice like that.
You're awesome.
Thanks. Bye.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.